With the 22 as your sun or your core essence, you will have one of these three purposes or incarnation crosses: rulership, grace, or informing. So the 22, the gate of grace. This is the great gate of attentiveness. These are the individuals who really listen. And there's always a potential for mutation when these people are around. They're open to art, music, and breathing correctly. Breath is very important for the 22 because when the 22 moves up to the 12, when we see in grace and in informing, where all of a sudden there is this mutative channel that's going to be created. When the 22 is moving up to the 12 is all about tonnage. It's all about this verbalizing and using cadence and tone, and that comes from proper breath. That's how we can bring mutation into the world, is through proper breath. So these are the natural rulers when we look at the right angle cross of rulership. Unlike the left angle cross of dominion that we just looked at with the last gate, the right angle cross of rulership has this natural ability to be rulers. Dominion takes the power, where rulership has this natural ability to claim the rulership, to claim the seat at the throne. Right angles are making the karma that will play out in future karmic experiences. So creating what they are going to have to deal with in their futures, that's what's really happening for right angle cross beings. With the 47 being there, the 47 is all about oppression. So there's going to be this ability for these people to recognize that there's a pressure from the past and they need to resolve that pressure in order to stand in that rulership. Clarity is going to be important. Clarity of experience is going to be important for these beings. And what you'll notice is that they can be busy with ruling, and they are very grounded and healthy people when they are ruling the world. So let's just say, for example, you have a child that comes in on this particular cross. That child is going to rule the household. That's just what they are designed to do. They are designed to rule. And what's important about them is that they listen well. So rulership, you need to be able to listen. The 22 is about attentiveness. What do you need to be attentive about on the material plane, with the 26 and the 45 being tribal? What is it on the material plane that you need to be attentive towards? What you'll notice is that you will have an obligation to educate your people. In order to rule, you need to have educated people. Again, we are still in the initiation quarter, in the mental quarter. So having your people be educated is greatly important to you. So as a ruler, education is necessary. If you're educating without, or ruling, if you're ruling without educating, it's going to lead to a place of destruction. People will get very rebellious. And we can see that on our planet today. Our rulers have tried to dumb down our humanity. And a good ruler has that rulership and they educate their people. So what do I see here for Wolff? Big time in education. Listening attentively to what do people need? What are they missing? What do they need to step into their own power? What do they need mutative-wise so that they can be educated? Now we move to the juxtaposition of grace. Again, with the 22, it's a deep, deep attentiveness. But what you'll notice is that these beings fall in love, and they fall in love because they listen to music and they read poetry and they pay attention to art. It's very romantic how they fall in love. They'll fall in love in very romantic ways. They are fixed in listening and fixed in falling in love. They're very mutative beings, and they can be very deeply social. Again, all of a sudden we have a full channel that is created here of the 2212. And that's that openness. So they're enthralled by listening to people. They love to listen to people, and they love being in social interactions where they can become fixed and take it all in as to what ideas and realizations are being presented. So I can see these people being like conductors of an orchestra, someone who's utilizing the music and using that mutative music to then bring people to their own mutation through grace, through listening. So there could be many different things that happen here, but really the core of this is attentiveness and listening. And then when we come to the left angle cross of informing, the 12th gate is all about articulation. This becomes possible to inform others because of the attentiveness that you have been paying close attention to. Can be lots of gossip that happens here as well, informing. Now, don't look at that as a negative connotation. Informing can happen in any way, shape, or form. And remember, we're coming out of the emotional system, so there's no truth in the now. You're here to wait out the wave and then converse, and don't jump in and blurt out things at the highs or the lows of the emotionality, and inform when you are at clarity, because the blurting out can create a lot of problems. So trying to make sense of things and blurting things out can get very disheartening. As you're informing people, come to that place of clarity. So I can see these people being, again, this informant. So informing people, there's so many different places where information is critical to the mutation of humanity. So speaking just about emotional intelligence and informing people about emotional intelligence, speaking about breath work and how they can use their breath to bring out cadence. So maybe you are a TED Talk coach where you take breath work as a foundational tool that you use, and you bring that breath work into your work so that you can coach and help people and inform people on how to breathe while they are communicating. Many different things that we can do inside our purpose. And of course, it all depends on the rest of the chart. So have fun playing around, brainstorming on how you're going to attract wealth if the 22 and grace is your incarnation cross.